Have you ever found success, maybe growth, actually starts creating problems, especially when you're sharing that success? It's a tricky situation, happens all the time.
Oh, absolutely. Growth is great, but yeah, it can definitely cause friction. Shared resources, different ideas about what's next. It gets complicated.
Well, today we're diving deep into exactly that, using a really old source, the story of Abram and Lot. These ancient texts offer some fascinating insights into this, well, timeless problem, right? How you
hmm
handle things when prosperity starts to strain relationships.
Exactly. And our goal here is really to unpack the key decisions they made when their growing wealth started causing issues. See what we can learn.
So let's set the scene. Initially, things are good. Abram and Lot, they travel together from Egypt up to the Negev.
hmm And they're both doing very well. And the source mentions livestock, silver, gold, significant wealth for both of them. They're partners in this journey, essentially.
Right, really successful. But then the practical stuff starts to bite. The land they're on, it just can't support both of their households anymore.
Yeah, too many animals, too many people. The
Yeah.
text is clear. Their possessions were so great they couldn't stay together.
It wasn't personal initially, seems like, just not enough room. And that, naturally, leads to quarrels breaking out between their herders.
And we shouldn't forget the Canaanites and Perizzites were already living in that land too. So space was likely already a bit tight, adding another layer.
Right, so this is where Abram steps in.
Yeah.
And his approach is, well, pretty remarkable, I think. Very proactive.
It really is. He goes straight to Lot and says, look, essentially, let's not fight. We're family. He puts the relationship first.
Yeah, our close relatives is the phrase used.
Ugh.
And his solution, it's incredibly generous.
He basically says the whole land's here. You choose. You go left, I go right. You go right, I go left.
Giving Lot the first pick, that's quite something. No haggling, just you choose.
hmm And Lot's choice is interesting. He looks around, sees the plain of the Jordan, how well-watered it is, heading towards Zoar.
And the text makes a point of saying how good it looked, right? Like the garden of the Lord or like the land of Egypt he just left.
Exactly. And there's that little note, this was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Bit of foreshadowing, perhaps.
Seems like it. So Lot's focused on what looks good right now, the fertile land, the water, the immediate, obvious benefits.
That seems to be the driving factor. So he chooses the plain of the Jordan, heads east, Abram stays in Canaan, Lot ends up settling near Sodom.
Okay, so they separate. Conflict avoided, for now at least.
But then, almost immediately after Lot leaves, the narrative shifts back to Abram.
Right. The Lord speaks to Abram and makes this huge promise.
A massive promise, all the land he can see in every direction for him and his offspring, countless descendants. It's this huge long-term vision.
So you have this stark contrast, don't you? Lot gets the immediate, fertile-looking land near Sodom.
What seems like the better deal right away.
And Abram, after his generous act, gets this incredible future promise. He then moves near Hebron, builds an altar, kind of grounding himself in that promise.
It really highlights different ways of making decisions, doesn't it?
Definitely. So thinking about the key takeaways, what stands out? I mean, obviously, Abram tackling the conflict directly seems important.
Crucial, not letting it fester,
Hmm.
and doing it in a way that preserved the relationship, initially at least,
Yeah.
but also the motivation behind the choices.
Yeah, immediate gain versus, well, maybe faith, or at least a longer-term view. Lot saw the green grass, Abram acted generously, and then received a promise.
And those choices had consequences, setting them on very different paths. Lot moves towards well-known danger, in hindsight. Abram receives a foundational promise.
So bringing it together, Abram's choice prioritized peace, maybe relationship, over immediate land preference. Lot prioritized the immediate visual advantage. And their futures diverge significantly from that point.
It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For you listening, how does that tension play out? The pull between what looks good right now, the quick win, versus a perhaps less tangible long-term vision or promise.
When you face those moments needing to share or having different priorities, what kind of land do you find yourself choosing? Is it the immediately appealing option or something else, something to consider?